Umpire Shane McDonald holds the ball aloft. Geelong kicking to the right, St Kilda to the left. Big game at Waverley. Harding and Flanagan opposed to one another. Bowie with the first touch. Rogers for the Cats. Hocking's quick kick. And a strong mark taken by Nixon over the back.
Good mark by Nixon, and the kick, centre half forward. Kookamelis, Devonport. Winmar is the first to score. He's offline though. And a fairly straightforward shot there. Maybe the players early just finding a little bit difficult to adjust to the windy conditions here at Waverley. The ground in magnificent condition, but just a little bit of wind prevailing. Schultz kicks the ball back into play for Geelong. Straight up the ground, no mark taken. Morgan for the Cats. Sweeping hand pass. Lindner goes across to Fletcher. Fletcher's got time to steady. Good skills off both sides. Brownless leads Arnold and leads him easily. Now the left foot kick is ineffective, but Ablett in front. Over the top, Frawley. Ball comes out the back, Arnold. Beaten forward by Brownless. Brownless goes bang with a long one. He's offline. And the first score to Geelong is a behind. So St Kilda have kicked a behind through Winmark. Geelong have kicked a behind through Brownless. And Grant Laurie will kick the ball back into play.
Sun shining brightly, big crowd here at Waverley. Real test of strength between these two teams. Bowie takes a handball from Nixon. Drop punt to centre wing. Hocking at the back. Gary Hocking, one of the big possession getters for Geelong, to centre half forward. Ablett and Frawley. Sterrett. Bruns. Quick kick to centre half forward. Going to be a difficult ball, but a comfortable mark in the end for Pekin. The big handballer in the competition this season from centre half back. Both Pekin and Laurie have been success stories at St Kilda this year. To centre wing. Coughlin at the back. Played his best game for the season last week in that big win over the Bears. Goes wide and short. Devonport, one of a number of St Kilda players who have played all 10 this season. Harding helps out. Centre half forward. Harvey in the front spot, Low at the back. Play on call, free kick to Low at centre half forward for St Kilda.
I quite wonder about that one. I think Lowe was probably falling over after he went for the mark.
Short looking for the lead onto the pocket. Nixon at the back. And free kick for the Saints.
Well, maybe that one was there, Bruce. You could see Nixon just trying to get into a position to get at the marking contest and pushed off it a little bit by his Geelong opponent, who was coming from behind the St Kilda player.
He's kicked 13 goals so far this season, so he's been pretty handy.
Actually, he's been a very good player, Bruce, for St Kilda. He's an ex-Carlton player and has been at St Kilda for a couple of seasons now and has done very well this season.
From 40 metres. Not an easy angle. Drop punt. Got the distance all right, but are behind. So point to Nixon, and the Saints up to 2 points. Geelong just the one. Early days yet.
21.5 minutes left in this first quarter. Goes through to the back. Fletcher, hand pass Bruns, well tackled by Rice. Through comes Russell, backing up nicely from the full back line. The kick out towards the centre wing area. Brownless and Arnold. Again, Fletcher's in it. He gets it to Flanagan. Flanagan's hand pass finds Gary Hocking. Geelong using the handballing brilliantly. Sterrett. Sterrett's kick high into the goal square. Marking contest. It's just touched. It's still in the right forward pocket for the Cats. Now it's hurried over by Grant Laurie. Gary Ablett a little late on the scene there. We'll have a boundary throw in about 5 or 6 metres around from the Geelong goal. Ruckman. Flanagan at the back. In front Harding. Flanagan's kick goes straight up in the air. Frawley helps it over the boundary line. Shane Hamilton there for the Cats, so we'll have another boundary throw in. Sun shining brightly. Hopefully we'll get away with a very nice day out here at Waverley. And it's a very important game for both sides. Pekin, Frawley, over the top Bowie. What a hard worker young Bowie is. After 2 bounces, he goes with the left foot. Not a bad pass, but a little too short there. And The mark not taken by Lowe. It's forced further afield by St Kilda. Kukamelis tripped. Now the free kick is going to be paid and Kukamelis will go back. He's going to be forced to take his kick. It's into the half-forward area. No mark taken. St Kilda advantaged by the bounce. Harvey, good gather. Robert Harvey, the short pass is effective. Rice takes it outside 50. He passes into the pocket. It's too deep for Nixon. He's able to get back onto the left foot around Morgan. The left foot snapped by Nixon into the front of the goals. Grant can't mark. It's at the back and Devonport sees it through for another behind to St Kilda. So the Saints, I would think, Bruce, kicking against a breeze that's blowing more or less across VFL Park. And they lead Geelong 3 behinds to 1.
Interesting, Grant playing up forward again today as he did last week. He's been one of the Saints' best defenders this season. Winmar, who was in the twos last week. Harding's quick kick goes sideways. No advantage at all. Schulz's handball. Bruns will get a free kick.
Yes, certainly held when he didn't have it. No way known did Neville Bruns have any control over that football.
Playing his 198th game today. He's had a few injuries in the last 2 or 3 years. Been a great stalwart for the Cats. Brownless, strong mark. Coghlan against him late.
Yes, it's an interesting one, that. The St Kilda player really had to stand his ground. Obviously, the umpire's not seeing any malice in that Coghlan tackle.
Long kick by Brownless. Within 20 metres. Exel at the back. Chance for Hocking. Slipped out of his hands and it'll be a behind. So a wasted opportunity for the Cats. And Gary Hocking would not be too pleased with himself there.
See, they looked a chance, didn't they? Where the ball moving with Gary Hocking and he helping it along. Unfortunately, nothing could come of it. Grant Laurie's kicking towards centre half back. No mark taken. The ball at the back. Bruns dispossessed by Rice, and Rice taps it to the advantage of Bowie. Bowie in turn. Oh, getting in his road was Nixon. Nixon now might get the hand pass out. He does to Arnold. And Arnold's on centre wing, running up towards half forward. A little bit of confidence now in this player. He's played a couple. Kicking towards the forward pocket area, and the mark taken by Grant. Maybe not a mark. The free kick certainly there for David Grant against Dwayne Russell. David Grant now, the kick. There's the breeze, holding it up in the goal square. It's punched through by the Geelong defence. Through for another behind to St Kilda. So the Saints have kicked 4. They really haven't kicked 4. They've kicked 2. 2 helped through by Geelong defenders. And the Cats have kicked 2 behinds in a fairly low-scoring opening to the big game here at VFL Park.
Lindner to half-back. Winmar there. Couldn't take it, though. Well done by Sterrett. To Bruns, who's got some space. Good kick. Some penetration there. Gary Hocking at the back. Ablett. Frawley with him. Still Frawley. And it'll be a throw in. And was that deliberate or not?
Well, I don't know. I think Danny Frawley, in the circumstances, should have been given the benefit of the doubt. But what a great effort by a man who, I think, agility-wise, couldn't match it with Gary Ablett. But determination written all over his face.
Yes, Ablett looked a big chance there. Flanagan and Harding. Laurie over the back. Jeffrey's quick kick away for the Saints. Defending strongly, finds the boundary line. And again a throw in at half back.
Bruce, looking at the flags, they're blowing more or less straight across the ground. And in the early minutes of the game, it's obvious that the players can get good distances to both ends. So maybe there isn't any goal advantage. We've got a boundary throw in about 75 to 80 metres around from the Geelong goal. It's Harding. What a great player he's been for the Saints. Coghlan over the top. Bowie. Good pressure put on by Geelong forwards. The ball is kept in. Fletcher's there, working overtime at the bottom of the pack. And the umpire will come in and bounce. We've got umpires Dennis Rich and Shane McDonald here this afternoon. Small scoreboard in the background indicating the Saints with a 2-point advantage. Coghlan's kick is smothered. Harding tries to tap it afield. Now 3-1. The Saints will get clear through Pekin. Pekin's kick. Winmar's out of position. High over the top. But what a good mark taken by Ray Sterrett. The ex-Western Australian. He's come good. He's had some bad injuries early in his career at Geelong. Kick off the ground by Bruns. No worries there. Goes up towards half forward. Arnold. Strong. Off to Rice. Chase harder Fletcher. Rice's kick. Up towards the centre. High mark taken there by Daniels, and he nearly went to go for the hand pass. Now he goes to play on. Brilliant smother. Morgan the player. Oh, Fletcher a little slow. Coghlan there for St Kilda. Sweeping hand pass. Gives Harvey the chance. Coghlan has run brilliantly after giving the hand pass to take it again. Up towards half forward. The high flyer Schultz. Lindner's there to pick up the crumbs. And the very talented Geelong player, Bruce Lindner, kicks the ball back towards half forward. No one home, and Pekin takes the mark. He gets it off to Daniels.
Who now steadies, then tries to squeeze a pass to Harvey. Courage needed here from both sides. And shown. Winmar just chips it over to Devonport, who should take it, does, and now should go. Watch the drop punt. Steadies and puts it through. 1 goal for to 2 points.
Well, there's a move that I was a little surprised with about 2 or 3 weeks ago. St Kilda selection panel made a decision to move this player further up the field. He's been playing in the back pocket early in the season and obviously impressed with his ability, his natural skill, his quickness, and he comes in and kicks the first goal of the match. Finished up a fairly simple one, but he did it very well. St Kilda have kicked 1-4. Geelong have kicked 2 behinds. Harding gets it, but Bruns takes it away from the centre. Kick it towards the forward pocket. Hinkley, ex-Fitzroy teammates, Laurie and Hinkley. Hinkley, a poor tackle on Arnold. Still Arnold there. He's been penalised. You didn't make it much of an effort, says the umpire. And they're hot on that. The players really should be aware by now. 11 rounds into the 1990 season. It's Scott. Brilliant pass, and what a great lead by Gary Ablett. Now here's a man who can kick the distance. He's just inside 50 metres. A wonderful kick of the footballers, Gary Ablett. I think Geelong would be pleased to see him in their colours, Bruce, after having knee surgery only, what, 6 or 7 weeks ago?
He's made a quick comeback, kicked 5 last week against Footscray.
Ablett. The kick gets the distance, but he's just allowed a little too much for the breeze, and it goes through for a behind of the Cats. So the Cats have kicked 3 behinds. St Kilda have kicked 1-4, and Grant Laurie, usually a beautiful kick, brings it back into play for St Kilda.
Drop punt goes up the centre. Flanagan in the front spot. Daniels wants a free kick and gets it. Just back to Ablett a moment ago. Shows the strength. He missed on the far side rather than the near side. Just a wonderful kick. Tremendous strength, but we know his qualities. Daniels to Harvey. And what a great young player this fellow is. Just 18 years of age and playing in his 27th game. Lowe, taking more marks in the competition than anybody else. Into the 90s today, and he'll top the ton. So Lowe from centre with a wobbly one to centre half forward. Always going to be difficult, and a very, very good mark taken by Rogers to Morgan. Now the Cats with some system to centre half forward. Brownless at the back. Good, strong mark by Arnold in the front spot.
He's done very well, Bruce. I think it was his first match against Essendon about 2 weeks ago, and he's grown in stature in just that brief period of time. The kick towards half forward. Lowe's not paid this time. He tries to tap it out to the advantage of his teammates. Stephen Hocking battling. Rogers puts Hamilton under enormous pressure. His quick kick goes to the vacant wing area, and it'll beat the St Kilda players over the boundary line, Winmar and Bowie, and we'll have a boundary throw in right in the players' interchange area. 1-4 plays 3 behinds. We're halfway through the first quarter. Harding, Flanagan, giving away plenty of centimetres as Paul Harding, but look at the battler. He does it well and gets the ball to Harvey. Harvey's short pass is good. Grant diving should be paid and is. Just inside 50 metres, David Grant. Very talented player. Goes for the long drop punt into the square. St Kilda mark. No, Devonport will kick his second. Craig Devonport kicks his second goal for St Kilda. The Saints 2-4. Geelong 3 behinds.
Gee, didn't Harding do well there, Ian? He really battled to set that one up.
Well, I think that's what football's all about, really. If you see a guy that's giving away centimetres in the ruck, he may get beaten, Bruce, on a few occasions in the ruck contest, but by gee, when the ball hits the ground, he works overtime, Paul Harding. And he was nearly lost to St Kilda over the summer.
Good start for the Saints here. 2-4 to 3 points. Devonport, who kicked 3 goals last week, with the 2 so far today. Free kick picked out and going to St Kilda, so the tie just with them at the moment.
Bad play by Geelong.
Yes, loose there, isn't it? Harding to centre half forward. That ball holding up on the breeze, which suggests, if anything, Ian Robertson was right, and Geelong with the scoring in. Russell goes wide. Rogers. Here's a chance. Scott with some space. Normally a beautiful kick. Well, lace out to Malakalis, and he just couldn't control it. Always difficult when you're at top speed and the ball's got something on it. And it'll be a throw in about 70 metres away. Cats would love a goal here. Flanagan. Scott. Malakalis. Call play on, and does. Hamilton couldn't get it. Pekin. Now Sterrett. Can he attack the goal? Drop punt. Good kick. A beautiful kick. Never going to miss. 2-4 to 1-3.
Well, it was great play. Firstly, on behalf of Malakalis, he slipped over. His play was always going to be good. He was going to get the hand pass out, but fighting on when the ball hit the ground, he tapped it really to the advantage of Sterrett. The St Kilda player slipping and Sterrett gathering the ball, and you've picked it in one, Bruce. The kick was a fantastic kick by Ray Sterrett. Always a difficult angle deep in the pockets at Waverley. The bounce back in the centre. St Kilda lead by 7 points. Out comes Winmar, always creative. This time gives Pekin the chance to run onto the football. Pekin's left foot kick into the pocket. No mark taken. Chance for Kukamelis. He unselfishly gives it to Coughlin. Coughlin a little slow and kicks a behind for the Saints.
Got himself off balance there, Ian, because he took one step too many. It's something on behind play between Russell and Coughlin.
I don't think he's a really quick player, Frank Coughlin, over the ground. He reads it pretty well, but the free kick has been paid.
It's Dwayne Russell against Coughlin, I'd suggest. I just missed the start of that, but Sterrett takes the mark at half-back.
And the score did stand. Geelong 1-3, trail St Kilda 2-5. Sterrett just backward of the wing. The kick goes near centre half forward, and a good mark taken by Brownless. And if he puts his long arms in the air, he's going to prove troublesome for Arnold. He goes away to Gary Hocking, who in turn kicks it into the pocket. The bounce is awkward for Ablett. He still may gather the ball and gets the hand pass away. Fletcher, very talented, round onto the right foot. Kick into the square. No one home for Geelong. And the mark is taken by Burke for St Kilda. Nathan Burke now could get the player on the mark. Taken back a yard or two. No, he's not. Obviously, the umpire feeling that there's plenty of room for Burke to kick the ball. And from 2 or 3 metres, he kicks it outside 50 metres. And a good mark taken by Winmar. Gives the hand pass away to Bowie. Saints are running nicely. Kick by Bowie finds Harding. Has Harding got someone to give it to? Yes, he has. Daniels. And there's a paddock in front of Daniels. He can bounce it. He does once. Inside 50. He's run 12 metres. The short pass. Oh, a little too short for Kukamelis. And Russell Strong defends grandly for the Cats. He gets it to Lindner. Back to Russell. And Geelong are out of trouble. Russell's kick into the centre. Bowie. He can't mark. He's there. But look, it's David and Goliath. It's Flanagan over the top. Out wide now. Scott up towards half forward. Gathers it nicely. Oh, that's the form of last year, Robert Scott. The pass is a beauty. Exel marks 35 metres from goal. Geelong fans delighted with Robert Scott. Victorian representative last year. Struggled a little early in the season, but has come back and showing fine form this afternoon. Exel. 35 metres out. Drop punt kick. Looks pretty good from here. It's a goal. So Exel gets his first. Geelong get their second. And it's 2 points the difference at VFL Park.
That move started by 2 men who made their mark in South Australia with centre half forwards, Dwayne Russell and Bruce Lindner. And great handball, and Scott's footy was terrific.
Well, that's the way to do it. You've got to be fairly direct here at Waverley. You can't afford to mess around going too wide. And that was as direct as you'll see football played today. 2-5 plays 2-3.
17-15. So the Cats bounce back with a couple of quick goals. Flanagan and Harding, nothing in that. Malakalis trying to crash his way through. Then puts the pressure on Lindner. The tackle by Nixon was good. Harding's been a star in this first turn. Good play by the big man. Davenport sweeping handball. Rice couldn't take it. Rogers with him. Still Rice and Rogers. Still the footy to be won. Grant tapped it back to Bowie. Again, the Geelong tackle was good. And free kick against him. Gee, I thought it looked all right.
Well, I think the umpire had let it go that long that he really was in a position where he had to force himself to blow the whistle, Bruce, and maybe St Kilda on the footy were a bit fortunate.
Bowie from 45 metres. I was going to say gets very close to the man on the mark and then makes a real mess of it. Sterrett chips in Malakalis. Wasted opportunity. Malakalis' kick wide. Daniels. Scott. Good footy. Morgan with pace and power to centre half forward. Brownless and Hocking got themselves into poor positions.
50 metres. Obvious. Poor play by Billy Brownless.
And Nathan Burke will take advantage of it.
Wouldn't be at all surprised to see the runner out quickly.
So Burke now on the edge of the centre square, but in St Kilda's favour. Low drop punt, low the target, and he finds him. Not paid. Play on. Free kick to Lindner.
Yeah, pretty obvious there, Bruce Lindner putting himself in the right position between his opponent and the football. And a free kick, I think, given away there by Pekin. Bruce Lindner is in the, well, he's between back pocket and half back. He elects to go in towards the centre, shortest way home. High flyer from behind was Rice. Picking up the crumbs was Sterrett. He's been constructive. The kick in towards the forward pocket area. Always the Cats looking for the champion, Ablett. Round onto the left foot goes Gary Ablett. Maybe just struggling for a little bit of pace. The high kick in towards full forward. No mark taken. Back there is Laurie. Hinkley, can he control the football? The hand pass goes wide, but not wide enough. Laurie and Harding working overtime. In there for Geelong was Fletcher, giving away the free kick to Harding. Harding's kick wide and Burke takes the mark at half-back.
Nathan Burke, another one of the young St Kilda players with a lot of experience. Lowe just got into the back of Schulz, no free kick. Lowe tried to tap it to Coughlin. Coughlin weaves his way through. Daniels handball good to Lowe. Lowe to centre half forward. They've got a chance here. Will it get to Bowie? Didn't quite. The Irishman's on McNichol, number 60. Bruns couldn't handle it. Looks for a free kick. So does Nixon. Umpire's letting it go on. Still the footy in the middle as Bruns quickly gets a kick away. Malakalis' handball is good. Hamilton with a quick kick to full forward. Ablett. Chance for Exel. Will go. And does and puts Geelong in front. 3-3-2-5.
Well, again, I suppose you just have to give credit to the people out there that are moving the ball directly towards goal. And for fear of repeating myself from only a couple of minutes ago, if you mess around here at Waverley, you can be lost in an afternoon of football. If you play direct and get the aid of maybe whatever breeze can be swirling around at the time, you'll move the ball into the goal square quickly, and that's exactly what happened there. You have a marking contest in front of the square. Exel reading it a little bit better than the rest, waiting behind, and an easy opportunity for him to kick his second goal. So with 6 minutes left in the first quarter, Geelong have hit the front. They're 4 points in front of St Kilda. Bruns, who's done pretty well in that centre square area. Geelong go forward, up towards their half-forward position. Daniels under pressure, nearly dispossessed by Sterrett, nearly. And Sterrett eventually wrenches the ball away. The umpire calls for a bounce. 3-3 the Cats, 2-5 St Kilda. 2 goals each to Exel for Geelong and Devonport for St Kilda.
Flanagan and Harding. Flanagan wins the tap. Harding's been very good around the ground, however. Sterrett, who's been one of the Cats' stars in the first quarter. Harvey over the top of it. And again, it'll be a ball up in the centre square.
8 possessions to Sterrett.
And a couple of them very effective. 21-17. After at one stage, St Kilda led by 13 points. Fletcher. Now Coughlin. Quick kick to half forward to some space. Devonport, Winmar, outnumbered Lindner. Very strong tackle on Winmar. And free kick to Nicky Winmar against Bruce Lindner. In the back.
St Kilda 8 free kicks to 4.
Winmar's drop punt. Lowe and Schulz, body against body. Lowe did very well to Bowie. Bowie's handball to Nixon. If it sits as a goal, didn't sit quite well enough. Scott got into him, and free kick to Nixon.
I would think, without the advantage of the slow-mo replay, that certainly was a free kick against Robert Scott.
Well,
just a little overzealous, I felt.
Sort of free kick that would definitely be paid in the centre square, but not often paid in front of goal.
No, the umpire's shown plenty of courage there because it really gives St Kilda a chance to score a goal. He's only, what, about 25 metres out directly in front, Ricky Nixon.
And shouldn't miss. This will put the Saints 2 points in front if he scores. Drop punt, kicked it well and kicked it straight enough. 3-5 to 3-3.
Well, it took a little while to warm up. The first 6 or 7 minutes was non-productive footy by both sides, but they've taken to the task since then, and they've kicked 6 goals between them in the 15 or 18 minutes since then, and they've done very, very well. Nixon kicking that goal, a very talented player and a very important part of the St Kilda lineup this season, Ricky Nixon. Their goals coming: Devonport 2, Nixon 1, Exel 2 and Sterrett 1 for Geelong with 4 minutes left. St Kilda have rested the lead back, 2 points in front. Gary Hocking, strong. Winmar, skillful. Nixon can't get the ball out. Fletcher may have interfered with the player as he went past. Gary Hocking, the man on the mark. But Nixon will take the kick for St Kilda. He kicks it high towards centre-half forward. The ball's sitting up. Maybe Grant, not paid. Neither was the free kick, Bowie. Bowie's got it back again from Pekin. Now Bowie's kick into the forward pocket. And a good strong mark taken by Schultz. And he had his authority written over that. He gets the hand pass away to Stephen Hocking. Hand passing turn to brother Gary. And Gary Hocking's kick is magnificently smothered by Harding. And this could be a goal to St Kilda. Devonport, it could be Harding's goal. Devonport now has run up within 35. And Devonport goes for goal number 3. It's in short. Eventually hits the behind post. So it's out of bounds. Well, what a fantastic smother. Back near the centre by Paul Harding. Lowe doing the ruck work. The 223s, Lowe and Schultz. Lowe gathers the ball, tackled by Schultz. Away come the Cats through Morgan. Morgan's kicked back into the centre. A fortunate bounce for Flanagan. He leaves it for Ablett. It's clean bowled, everybody. Fletcher pulled off it by Rice. Back goes Flanagan. Shares it with Ablett beautifully. Ablett in towards full forward. And Geelong have carried that ball perfectly to within 25 metres. Now Hinckley has a chance to score and give the lead back to Geelong. 3-3 the Cats, 3-5 St Kilda. Mercurial Ken Hinckley. Drop punt kick, looks okay. Perfect kick. Hinckley gets his first goal and Geelong back in front. 4-3-27, St Kilda 3-5-23.
Well, Geelong able to carry that ball after Devonport missing, and in the end it was good play to get it to Ablett, and Ablett on the run with an excellent pass to Hinckley. And Hinckley, as we've seen earlier this season, is a good kick for goal, and he made no mistake at all. Huge crowd here today, 27 to 23, 4-3 to 3-5. Very, very big crowd, close to the biggest of the season. 67,000, the highest attendance so far this year. And this is not a long, long way short of that. Rogers off the ground against Bowie. Sterrett again, who's had a big first term, bangs it towards full forward. Hinckley there, went over his head. Chance for Scott. Snap, misses. Behind. Doesn't often miss. Robert Scott, 4-4 to 3-5.
Roved it beautifully in the forward line, Bruce. That's, I think, in the coaching manual of rovers back in that forward line, or wingers coming down, that's the way to take the ball off the pack. And a little unfortunate to miss. Laurie brings it back into play for St Kilda, goes straight towards centre half back. Geelong marker Flanagan over the top of Harding. Harding just misjudging that a little, and I'd give Flanagan a chance from here. If he's confident in his own mind, he's going to have a ping at it. He's gone to the drop punt kick, too high. In the pocket, oh, groundless if you don't mind. Hung in the air. Going for the pass, back to get the angle better. Fletcher, balking nicely. Fletcher goes and kicks the goal. Geelong on fire in the second half of this first quarter. They've kicked 5-4, St Kilda are 3-5.
Well, what a great mark by Brownless. Flanagan not really timing the kick in, and Brownless's mark was terrific.
Didn't waste any time, just getting that angle a little better there for Fletcher. Now, I'm wrapped in Adrian Fletcher as a player. Maybe he just lacks a little bit of pace, but very talented.
34-23. The Cats 5-4, St Kilda 3-5. So Geelong kicking 5 of the last 6 goals in this first quarter. Sterrett off the ground by Harding. Rogers, Bruns to full forward. Good kick, Excel in the front spot. Had a lot of power in it. Malakalis, Jeffrey, Hocking, bowled over by Burke. Off the ground, Harding, who's been tireless. Handball good. Devonport's got a paddock again. Second bounce. He should remain balanced. He wasn't last time. The kick is a good one. Gives Bowie the chance in the pocket. Not Bowie, Grant, I should say. Now Harvey straightens up. No power on the leg. Schulz. And the Cats will get out of it. So twice Devonport's been able to charge towards goal, and St Kilda hasn't been able to capitalise. Now Bowie. Now the long kick's on to low, and he's done it.
Great kick, Bruce. I suppose it's one thing to spot the guy, it's another thing to deliver, but there was never any doubt about that.
Stuart Lowe kicked 6 goals last week for the Saints in the absence of Tony Lockett. He's kicked 70 goals in his 83 games, so he hasn't been a prolific goal scorer. And as the siren sounds, this becomes a very important kick. 3-5 to 5-4. They want this to wrest some initiative back after Geelong had taken it away from them. The drop punt by Lowe is a good one, and he's made it a 5-point difference at quarter time. So at quarter time, in a most entertaining game, the Saints are 4-5-29 and Geelong 5-4-34. Start of the second quarter at Waverley, St Kilda 4-5-29, Geelong 5-4-34. Saints going to the right of screen after a very entertaining first term. Sterrett, who was one of Geelong's best. Rice, Winmar. Quiet opening for the brilliant St Kilda player. Bowie, Sterrett again. Good handball, but Hocking couldn't take it. Arnold, excellent tackle by Rogers, and then does it very well to Scott. Scott breaks the tackle. Hamilton, quick kick, as he's done a couple of times. Ablett tries to scoop it onto Brownless or Fletcher. Still Ablett. Tried to sell the dummy. Got a quick and hurried kick away. Hinkley underneath it and takes the mark.
How far did that ball travel, Bruce?
Well, about 20 metres in the air and about 8 metres in length.
It'd be a good test in length, wouldn't it?
Wasn't very far, but Hinkley remained focused and kept his concentration and kicked a lovely goal in the first quarter. No more difficult than this. The drop punt, that's his second. So the Cats 6-4 to 4-5, and the perfect start for Malcolm Blight's men.
I don't think there's ever been any doubt about the ability of Ken Hinkley as a young player coming down from Camperdown to play with Fitzroy. He set the VFL scene alight, kicking 6 goals in one of his early matches with the Lions, but couldn't settle in metropolitan Melbourne, went back to the country, and Geelong picked him up. What a bonus it's been for them. Very early in the second term, Geelong have got the first goal. St Kilda had plenty of possessions but couldn't get it away from the centre. This time they do. Fletcher, sweeping hand pass, is productive, goes to Bruns. Bruns, a little bit of time, kicks the ball in towards the centre, mark to Pekin, handball off to Daniels. Daniels' kick is good. Nixon takes the mark at half forward. Nixon onto the left foot. Good long kick, penetrating. Nearly a mark there to the St Kilda side to Lowe. Nearly a gather to Lowe. Shepherd, Harvey. Snapshot is out of bounds on the full. Free kick to be taken in the back pocket by Stephen Hocking. St Kilda moved it pretty quickly from the centre bounce. Very, very much emphasis on that centre bounce area here at Waverley. The kick from Stephen Hocking marked by Lowe. Lowe transfers play to centre half forward. The smaller player there, Bowie, dispossessed by Bruns. Stephen Hocking there to give him a hand. Bowie battling hard at the bottom of the pack. Winmar bustled off it by Lindner. Schultz, sweeping hand pass is too far for Flanagan. And Darren Flanagan, not really known for his athleticism, bounces his way back towards the wing to defend for the Cats. The Cats kicking to the right. Cats kicking to the left, St Kilda kicking to the right. Now St Kilda in attack, Gary Hocking. Handball wide. Bruns pushes Bowie off it. Rice tackled by Fletcher. Central umpire Dennis Rich gives the all clear to the boundary umpire to throw it in. And there's a player in trouble. Yes.
So that would be a body blow to St Kilda. They're a great aerialist.
Shoulder injury too, Bruce, by the look of it.
Doesn't look at all comfortable. Linda's quick kick. Well, Brownless tries to break the tackle. Daniel stood his ground quite magnificently. Brownless tackled also. Few arms flying there as Gary Hocking comes out with the footy. Hamilton's balance was excellent. Brownless is a thumping kick. Ablett will take it. It'll sit. Now, will he take Frawley on? Yes, he does. And he'll charge to the goal. He's a long way out, but he can kick a footy. Not that time. Needs some luck. Right in the goal square with Exel. Malakalis. Jeffrey. And he runs it out of bounds. Well, Ablett confident enough to take Frawley on.
Yes, I guess that there's a little bit more emphasis on steadying. Windy conditions prevailing.
Flanagan and Harding together, Scott and Daniels together. And again, it'll be a ball up about 20 metres away. Geelong deep in attack. They lead 6-4 to 4-5.
Just have to go back to Gary Hocking's magnificent effort at half-back here for Geelong to get that ball to Ablett when he missed. Flanagan, Malakalis, Burke for St Kilda. Pressured out of it by Flanagan. Was good football there by the tall Geelong ruckman. And the umpire calls for a bounce. It's about 20, maybe 25 metres from the Geelong goal. Geelong have kicked a goal in the second term. They're 6-4. St Kilda are 4-5. It was 5-4 to 4-5 at quarter time in a very, very interesting first term. Both sides finding it a little difficult to adjust, but when they settled down, they really got it moving. Sterrett caught with the football, and umpire McDonald indicating that you had plenty of chance to get rid of it. You are penalised. Pekin away to Burke. Burke a little slow to get his kick. It's effective. Winmar back to Burke. Burke kicks with the left foot. Standing his ground well was Stephen Hocking. Hand pass a little too fierce for Scott. Can't gather the ball. Rogers strong. Bursts his way through. Good play, Andrew Rogers. Backed himself. Malakalis kicks Geelong to within goal scoring distance. Up towards full forward. It's punched back towards centre half forward. Lindner. Back it goes to Arnold. Arnold's kicked back into the centre. The bounce is a little awkward. Now Daniels kicks St Kilda further forward. Coughlin feeds it out to Bowie. Bowie's got a player on centre wing. It was Winmar. He's helped by Devonport. Devonport for the third time in the match is going to have a flying shot from 35 metres, and he misses once again. Well, Craig, Devonport could quite easily have kicked 5 goals. He's kicked 2. He could have easily kicked another 3. The kick in goes to Bruns at half-back for the Cats.
Good kick by Russell there. So Bruns defending for Geelong to centre wing, and another very good kick to Scott. Devonport, as Ian Robertson said, has had 3 excellent chances to add to his total of 2 goals. Brownless. Well done by Arnold. Harvey, Harding, and the big man charges towards centre half forward with a high one. Lowe, who's recovered. Schulz at the back. Lowe in the front. Good battle for the ball. Nixon tries to swoop in. Bruns, and suddenly he's got some time and some space to centre wing. Hocking takes off, Daniels with him. Harvey will get around Flanagan. Now steadies. Short kick to Bowie, and a good one. The Rover always busy. Left foot to the goal front. Lowe can get back on it. If it sits, he's got a chance, the big man. It does. Kick round his body to the front of the square, hoping for a St Kilda mark. Not there. And Rogers goes short, and Bruns will take another mark in defence, and he's got Gary Hocking short if he wants him.
Bruns has got plenty of time, so he decides on 2 bounces, then kicks it towards centre wing. Brownless punched away by Arnold, and I'm wrapped in this guy. He has just improved dramatically since his first try a couple of weeks ago.
Looks like a hard man, doesn't he?
And he's got a big job on Billy Brownless, although Brownless has played his best football this season at centre half back. Free kick in the marking contest. It's going to Geelong. Advantage is paid. Scott takes it away. Doesn't waste any time. Kicks it in the Ablett direction. St Kilda in under pressure, but Pekin's there to give a handout. Now Daniels has tackled well. Handball comes out from Linda to Ablett. Ablett's kick across his body goes wide. Arnold now bumped off it by Brownless. Good play by Billy Brownless. The kick is beautifully smothered. Comes back to Arnold to Harding. Harding's kick in short, and Rice takes the mark. He's having difficulty in handling it, Dean Rice. This time he gets the handball over the top. Winmar, a wobbling kick into the forward pocket. Out comes Grant. Can't do much with it. And Bruce, in a lot of ways, it's a shame to see a bloke like David Grant, who's played, I reckon, 7 crackerjack games for St Kilda in defence. This is the first time I've seen him up at the forward line, but they need to bolster their forward line, obviously, so they put him up there.
Tried Russell Jeffrey 2 or 3 weeks ago at Moorabbin and it didn't work, but Grant, the man today. Fletcher's handball to Rogers. Grant Laurie's smother a moment ago was terrific. Daniels out there with Scott. They're having an interesting duel. Winmar, Sterrett tries to barge his way through and does it beautifully to Scott. Scott with a short one to Brownless. Sweeping handball. Sterrett has to wait for it. Then goes short. Hamilton, back in the team today, still just 19 years of age. Made such an impact in the grand final last year. Short to Ablett. Well, he's so strong. That's when he's at his best.
And I think you've heard plenty of people in the stands mention that mark, when you put your hands in front of your face, running at high speed to hold it, knowing full well that Danny Frawley's only a metre behind you, is terrific stuff.
Short one, not a lot of percentage in it, but Hinkley takes the mark. Well, that was pinpoint accuracy by Ablett. Hinkley's going to go short again to Hocking. So the Cats just move it around a bit like a chessboard there. Ablett, Hinkley, Stephen Hocking.
And Hocking would be about 7 metres closer than where Gary Ablett first kicked the ball from.
And this man's kicked 7 goals in his league career. So there wasn't a lot of percentage in that one, but Hamilton should score from there, and he does, and he puts it through. 7-4 to 4-6.
Well, again, good play there by Shane Hamilton. Couldn't quite see the common sense in the Ablett to Hamilton. Ablett kicking it and eventually finishing with Hocking. 440 goals to Gary Ablett. Maybe there's a worry about his ability, with the leg still a little suspect, I guess, in getting the distance from where he was. But eventually Shane Hamilton roving the pack to perfection, and he kicked his first goal. So Geelong doing well. St Kilda have had their share of the football. Malakalis from Flanagan. It stays there. Winmar gets the handball wide. Opportunity for McNichol, gets it to Daniels. Daniels' kick across his body is good, and a diving mark by Grant made it look even better. Grant plays on. Left foot kick by that player to the front of the goal square. Low. That's a mark in my book, and it's a mark in the umpire's book too. And interestingly, Bruce, he puts a little stub about 6 metres from the player on the mark and then walks further back. Is that a Jack Nicholas type drive where you line the stub up with the player on the mark to get accuracy?
A Peter Hudson one.
Peter Hudson,
something he's taught him this year.
Well,
Moorabbin.
Well, let's see. He did kick a good goal at the end of the first quarter. Chance to kick his second. Stuart Lowe with not too many steps. I don't think Hutto would have taught him that. And he misses to the left. Peter Hudson, one of his trademarks, Bruce, was 12, 14, even sometimes 16 strides before he kicked the football to make sure that he was running in line with the goals.
And this is what he's done with Lowe, to make the mark and to make sure you run in a straight line at the goal. Didn't work that time. Russell with confidence, short to Fletcher. And you just get the feeling that St Kilda have got to start to convert, because as Ian Robertson said, they've had as much of the football as Geelong, but they're finding themselves 15 points behind.
74 kicks apiece, 46 hand passes Geelong, 37 hand passes St Kilda.
McNichol, the Irish recruit, with some distance. He's a powerful man. Morgan at the back, Coughlin at the front. Gotchu's come on, keeps the ball in play cleverly enough. Across the front of the goal by Hocking, and it'll be a throw-in.
Gee, coaches would have died if they'd have seen that 15 years ago, wouldn't they? It's amazing what the players will try just to keep possession of the football.
Would have dragged you off, except they didn't have interchange in those days, so you would have stayed on.
Boundary throw in about 35 metres around from the St Kilda goal. They really need to capitalise on this chance up forward, and it could be Frankie Coughlin. Left foot snap by Coughlin, and he hooks it too far across his body, through for another behind of the Saints. That's their 8th, so they've had 12 scoring shots to 11, and really, the 8 behinds they've kicked could easily have been 2 or 3 goals, and there wouldn't have been anything in this match. As Schultz, not quite sure. Now he goes to the outer side. High kick goes outside 50 metres. Flanagan punched away from that player. McNichol strong at the fall of the ball. Gets it away to Harding. Harding gets his kick away into the pocket. Bounces awkward for Russell. Russell held. Now he's going to get the advantage. And he gets Geelong clear. He goes straight across the full back line out towards half back on the outer side. Rogers takes the mark and kicks it towards centre wing. The ball bouncing freely in front of Brownless and Arnold. And it'll require a boundary throw in just forward of centre wing in the Cats forward half. Geelong 7-4 lead, St Kilda 4-8. That's a 14-point advantage to Geelong. We're halfway through the second term.
Coughlin over the back, does very well to Harvey. Rice again with a fumble. Looking towards Winmar, Bruns. Still with Bruns. Schulz. Sterrett. Got rid of Devonport. Lindner gets rid of Devonport. And now the Cats attack. Not a good kick. Going to be a difficult one to take. Like caught in some quicksand there for a moment, that football. Hinkley unable to do anything with Jeffrey. And a bounce down. Ball up 50 metres out. Cats attacking. Flanagan comfortably that time. Fletcher just a little one. Very cleverly done. Malakalis walks in, drop punt and puts it through. 8-4-4-8. And that's the difference at the moment, Ian Robertson, between the two teams. One is very clean and concise up forward, and the other one's having all sorts of problems.
Well, I think an example of St Kilda's misfortune is just Dean Rice. Dean Rice has had his hands on the football on perhaps 6 or 7 occasions, and he just hasn't handled the ball as well as he could. A couple of fumbles, 3 kicks, 1 hand pass, and that really typifies St Kilda. They've had their share, but they just can't use it as well as Geelong. Geelong get it, capitalise, go direct and get the goal on the scoreboard. Geelong 8-4, St Kilda 4-8. Saints through Harding, good play by the big man. And the kick is a beauty off the left foot. Standing his ground low, he's pulled off the football. A goal will come to McNichol. It's all clear. No, it's not. He's going to take the ball back and give the free kick to Lowe. Well, I would have thought that it should be a goal.
He indicated straight away the free kick too low, and the umpires were caught out of position a bit because they're a long way back in, and I'm sure none of the players heard it. But the advantage not paid. McNichol running in, socking it off the ground, and Lowe's now got a chance.
Well, certainly disadvantage to St Kilda, because I wouldn't be backing this guy to kick a goal, no matter how close he is. And they had a goal on the scoreboard through McNichol. Let's see what happens. Lowe is only 20 metres out. And good on you, Stuart Lowe. He's kicked the goal. Well, it would have been a travesty of justice, really, if he had have missed, because all the way up the field, the advantage rule in those situations is paid. McNichol kicked the goal. The umpire took it back and asked Lowe to do it all again, and he kicked his second to just put St Kilda back in the ball game. 5-8, the Saints, Geelong 8-4. Well, when you say back in the ball game, really, it's in field play, it's been terrific, hasn't it? A great contest.
38-52. So the advantage with Geelong on the scoreboard, but in general play, it's been 50-50. Nothing really in this game, and if St Kilda can get something to happen on the scoreboard, they're right in this. Coughlin from the centre. Always a trier. Socks down, drop punt. Good kick. Grant stood his ground between a couple of Cats. Bruns, Lindner, their rebound's good. Handball excellent to Gary Hocking. Left foot to half forward. Brownless, fantastic mark. Handball good to Fletcher from 50 metres. Drop punt to the goal square. Ablett's there, but so's Exel. Frawley did it and did it well. Still with Ablett. Frawley with him. Ablett wants a free kick. Frawley does it superbly. And it will be an umpire's ball. Good contest there. And Frawley, the worse for wear.
I think he's just exhausted. What a great effort by the captain.
He refused to give in against Ablett. Flanagan, quick kick by Scott. And it'll be a throw in. Well, Frawley still feeling the effects of all that. And just a bit groggy.
He'll be all right. He's a tough nut, Danny Frawley. Boundary throw in the right forward pocket for the Cats. They lead by 14 points. Daniels under pressure. Frawley back into the action pretty quickly. St Kilda working overtime to get the ball out. Fletcher, Flanagan befuddled by what's happening. Eventually it comes back to him. Umpire calls for a bounce. Usually in a situation like this, you just may see a free kick picked out of it by umpire Rich here. Flanagan gets the tap out. Still a chance for Geelong. Sterrett, he's caught with a football, but somehow gets around onto the left side of his body. Good play, Lindner. Spins away from Devonport and bombs away. But it's wide and it's out of bounds on the full. The free kick to be taken for St Kilda by Rice. A little chip pass over the top to Gotch. And that had to happen. Billy Brownless would be probably 1.5 feet taller than Bradley Gotch. Gotch's short kick. Oh, Arnold drops it. This could be costly. Fletcher, Brownless around. Hinkley caught, handballs to himself. Technically could have been holding the ball. The kick across the opposite forward pocket area, but Burke is there and it goes over for a boundary throw-in. About 25 metres around from the Geelong goal, and St Kilda desperately defending.
Crucial time in the match, this. I know we're in the first half, but the Saints trying very hard to stop them. Ablett's quick kick, front spot by Laurie, and he takes the mark against Exel. Just hands it off to Rice, who had few options. High ball and a terrific mark. Great mark to the Cats, to Lindner, who has undoubted skill. Can often let himself down the press after doing something brilliantly with poor disposal, but when he's hot, he's a joy to watch.
Be a chance, wouldn't he, Bruce?
It's a long kick, but he's, if anything, kicking into it, goes short. One hand, Exel, then gathers again. Brownless tries to crash his way through. Hocking will try and barge through, can't. St Kilda still solid. Harvey's high kick. Nixon underneath it. Punched away by Rogers. And again a throw in the end. St Kilda's defence is holding up pretty well. They've been under a barrage of attack for about 4 or 5 minutes and they refuse to give.
Yes, as you said, it's a very important time. Geelong could go in with a 5-goal lead with 2 quick goals, or St Kilda could catch up in the latter part of the second term. Devonport, Coghlan, and Saints have got a chance. They've got plenty of space. Right through the centre goes Dean Rice. He's got a player in support. It's McNichol, and McNichol might get his first goal in league football. He goes with a drop punt, and with excitement, hooks the kick. And it's through for a behind when the Saints could have dearly done with a goal. 5-9 to 8-4, 14 shots to 12. And they haven't been difficult shots for St Kilda, those 9 behinds. It's Russell coming to the members' side. 2-on-1, Saints are fancied. Lowe can't mark. Daniels, good possession, gets the handball off. Devonport another chance. And Devonport has goal. Well, Craig Devonport must breathe a sigh of relief. He's played a terrific first half. He's had 6 kicks and 2 hand passes, kicked 3 goals, 1, and I would think that 2 also have gone out of bounds on the full. But that 3rd goal, certainly a team lifter for St Kilda just before half-time.
Good play by Daniels. Get it on quickly, and Devonport drilling it through. 6-9 to 8-4, 45 to 52. So the Saints coming back at Geelong in a most interesting game. Coghlan's quick kick to centre half forward. Russell at the back of Grant. Harvey's quick kick in the van. Gotch, Morgan, Winmar, Rogers. No free kick. Winmar wanted it. Rogers just palmed him away with a right cross. Now Bruns, one bounce with some space to half forward. Burke caught underneath it by Hocking. He's got Brownless with him. Still Hocking. Quick left foot. Excellent on the lead. Not a good kick. Jeffrey does it and does it very well to Laurie. who just chips it to Daniels, who can run. And he decides to take his opponent on. Coughlin chips in. Daniels, pressure on now from Ablett. Daniels with him. Great contest. Still the Saints there. Frawley, Pekin, and they did it well. Harvey, drop punt, low, Gotch, well read, short, Grant, not paid, excellent tackle, Morgan, Schulz, they'll get out of it. Rogers will sweep one wide to Bruns, who's really playing as a sweeper in this term, getting all his kicks at half-back. Scott and Rice, good contest here, some real pace, and it'll be a throw-in. Well, nothing eventuated, but it was exciting football.
Gee, I was wrapped in Jason Daniels, Bruce. I thought he was going to lose it for St Kilda. He battled on hard. Jeffrey got it out with the help. They brought it down. Geelong worked overtime in their defence. Terrific teamwork by groups of players at both ends of the ground. Flanagan and Harding. Harding getting in front. Saints are a chance. Desperate stuff there by Bruns. He's had about 17 possessions in the first half. The free kick will go to St Kilda. And there's the tireless Paul Harding to take it for the Saints. He gives the hand pass over the top. Will it sit? It won't. Harvey. Geelong fans happy. St Kilda fans left lamenting. 6-9 to 8-4. Geelong leading just before half time. 4.5 minutes left. Harvey still has a chance. Robert Harvey can't quite get his foot to the ball. Sterrett in there for Geelong. And Bruns again battling hard. What a terrific player he's been for the Cats. 3 or 4 games away from the magical 200 mark, Neville Bruns. Umpire will bounce at half forward for St Kilda.
4 minutes remaining in this first half. Harding with the tap. Devonport, who's kicked 3. High drop punt. Lowe's there. Couple of Cats against him. Grant, Gotch, trying to get it out the little rover. And St Kilda can mount another attack here on the goal front.
They were a bit stiff. I thought just another inch on a flip out, it was going to be effective for St Kilda.
Lowe was in the position, wasn't he? Lowe against Schultz. Malakalis. Bruns, who's been excellent. The handball had a bit of luck because it wasn't all that accurate. Russell, who's given them rebound. Daniels, and that'll be a throw in. Fletcher wanting it as out of bounds on the fall against Daniels, but nothing happening. 42 league games for Daniels, and he's just 19 years of age. There's some terrific experience amongst a group of young Saints, and the future looks rosy. Malakalis, Russell, who's fitting into that defensive role very well. Bruns. Here's some experience with age. Runs into Lindner in the end, keeps his balance, and keeps it in. Looks back at Bruce Lindner quite incredulously, but still can't believe his luck running into his teammate. But in the end did pretty well to remain balanced and not kick it out on the full. Brett Bowie about to come back in. Centre line. Important that Geelong doesn't get another goal if you're a St Kilda fan, because they'll go in at half-time really in touch. A splendid mark by Rogers.
And Nixon really at fault there for not making something of that contest against Rogers. Rogers kicks it in towards the centre. Mark taken by Malakalis. Saints really need to hold up in the last few minutes before half-time. They've worked hard in this second term. Geelong kicking the first 2 goals in this quarter. Now St Kilda have got a chance to come forward through Daniels. Right foot kick. He slews it a little bit too far. Rogers held. Harvey. Sterrett held. Sterrett could be penalised. Surely, and he is. Now advantage paid. Oh, it's going to come back to Geelong. Saints a little stiff because the whistle went. They all stopped. Goes up towards full forward. Saints now under pressure. Hamilton. Left foot kick to the goal square. Laurie, good punch away. Hinkley and Frawley. Frawley over the top. Exel. Oh, throwing the ball surely, yes. Now St Kilda may take a few precious seconds to steady and clear effectively. It's the captain at full back, Danny Frawley, playing on Gary Ablett, a big task. Kicks towards the members' side. Down at the bottom of the pack, Arnold, play on. Advantage paid. Bowie, who's come back on the ground, kicks it towards half forward. No mark taken. Look at Gotch. He couldn't quite get there. He's still there. Kick off the ground by Morgan. The advantage is with Rice. He gathers nicely. Scott's there. He falls over. Must stand on your feet. Rice does and gets the kick effectively in towards the centre where the mark is taken by Harding. He plays on quickly. Kicks direct towards goal. Saints a chance here. At the bottom of the pack. Oh, bounces awkward for Nixon. Rogers tidies up. Goes wide to Harvey. Harvey will bomb away to the goal square. Devonport at the back, but a terrific mark taken by Russell, going back with the flight of the ball.
Yes, a magnificent mark by the former Magpie from South Australia. The kick wide to Scott. Gary Hocking. Crunch time here, but he did it well. Scott. Brownless. Now he's got some space. One bounce. A second. Drop punt to centre half forward. Chance for Sterrett. Over the top. Malakalis. Over the top. Exel. And here's a goal. Drop punt and it's through. 9-4-6-9. He's kicked 3 Exel. And that's just what the Cats wanted as the first half is about to conclude.
Well, it was certainly good play out on that outer wing, a combination between Gary Hocking and Robert Scott. They got the ball to Brownless. Brownless just able to get away from Arnold. Arnold's done a pretty good job so far in the first half, but Brownless has kicked to the front of the goal square, and eventually, good fortune maybe, but Exel capitalising and posting his third. Bounce back in the centre. Probably no score will be added. Hocking, Sterrett, Nixon for St Kilda. Gets the hand pass to Harding. He's under pressure. Back to Nixon. And there's the siren to end the first half. And an entertaining one at that. At half-time, Geelong lead 9-4-58. St Kilda 6-9-45 as Winmar and Morgan have something to say to each other. Yeah.
Umpire McDonald to get the second half underway. St Kilda 6-9, Geelong 9-4. Good conditions for football at Waverley, and they've seen a most entertaining first half of footy. Geelong kicking to the right of screen, and St Kilda, who had their chances in the first half, trail by 13 points. Exel kicked 3 for Geelong in the first half, and Devonport 3 for the Saints. Flanagan and Harding. They've both been pretty effective, Harding particularly around the ground. Quick handball by Rogers. Hamilton, Rice, who had the fumbles early in the game and then came good. Hocking, Harding, Jeffrey, Arnold. Quick kick, but marked to low. Handballs quickly on. Daniels, who was good in the first half. Bowie underneath it with McNichol, the Irish recruit. Bowie's handball. McNichol and Bruns. Harvey. Russell diving on top of it. Still allowed to play on. Now low. Who attacked the ball but took his eye off it at the end. Flanagan off the ground. Harding there. And the two big ruckmen who race for the ball will come back and contest the throw-in. So nothing much happening in the first minute of the second half, with Geelong trailing by 13 points.
Brilliant sunshine on the outer here at VFL Park. At the back, Coughlin gave it back to himself, then went head first into a throng of Geelong players. Fletcher's hand pass, look for Scott. Somehow that player gets through some heavy traffic. The kick up towards full forward, and what a good mark taken by Danny Frawley. The big, long, strong arms of the St Kilda captain. Statistics do not prove what a wonderful game he's played on the champion Gary Ablett. The kick goes wide, and Harding runs away from Flanagan. Kicks to Nixon. Nixon's got a bit of space. He could be run down here, a little slow. He got his kick away in towards centre half forward. McNichol, a good, strong tackle on Morgan and dispossesses that player and gives it to Bowie. St Kilda should score a goal. Devonport for the 4th time into an open goal and he pings it. Devonport kicks the first goal of the 3rd term. St Kilda's 7th, and it's 7 points the difference. 7-9 plays 9-4.
Good example of the strength of McNichol there. The tackle was very, very strong and powerful, and then he was able to get the handball over to Bowie.
There's some good cooperation between 3 or 4 St Kilda players. No one person responsible, but certainly Devonport capitalising.
Well, that's just the start the Saints wanted. This game really alive at Waverley, 51-58, and Pekin takes them forward again with a long one. Winmar at the back. Harvey, left foot to the goal front, chance for Devonport. Well, he's having a day out. He's kicked 4 and really could have kicked 6 or 7. In the first half, Craig Devonport attacked the goal front on 3 separate occasions, and after a succession of bounces couldn't capitalise, but he has kicked 4 and his drop punt is a 5th. 8-9 to 9-4. Just a point the difference.
A great play by St Kilda, getting the ball away from the centre. Again, the catalyst was Coghlan. Coghlan doesn't appear to be covering the ground like some players do out of the centre square, but he's always effective and moves the ball out towards the St Kilda goal. Eventually, good vision and a good little kick by Robert Harvey to give Devonport the opportunity to have a deliberate shot at goal. And he made no mistake, he's got 5. Geelong lead by 1 point. First blood to St Kilda. They've kicked 2 in the early part. Lindner tackled by Coghlan. Looked all right to me. Had the football, I thought. The umpire in a better position, obviously, and the free kick to go to the mercurial Geelong half forward. Ruck Rover, half back. Long kick towards half forward. Brownless. Daniels. Let the ball go. Sterrett. Bruns. Quick kick towards full forward. Hinkley at the back. Tidying up, done by Nixon. Lovely little pass out wide to Harding. St Kilda have got something moving. Long hand pass. Allows Pekin to run to it. The hand pass goes to the player Rice. He'll run right away from Darren Flanagan. 2 bounces. Good play, Flanagan, for keeping on the chase. The kick towards full forward. Low! Too strong for Schultz. Much too strong there for Schultz. Winmar in the action, but don't do anything silly. And Stuart Lowe is taking his 100th mark for the season. He's got a 50-metre penalty. He only needed 10 to be on the goal line. And Stuart Lowe should surely kick his 3rd goal. He does so. So Stuart Lowe's 3rd goal puts St Kilda in front. And I had a funny feeling, Bruce, at half-time. They'd had their share of the football. They just needed to start handling it a little bit better, which they've done in the first few minutes, getting the ball up to the man mountain in front of goals. But one wonders, you asked the question, how would they be with Lockett? I tell you what, they're a very, very formidable team, St Kilda, and they're going to play a big part in the fortunes of 1990.
9-9 to 9-4. So what a start to this second half. 3 goals in 4 minutes for the Saints. Somebody for Geelong has got to turn the tide now and do something a bit special. So ball up. Nixon will have to bring it back. Brilliant day for football. Bit of a breeze, but it hasn't affected the game. Dennis Rich and Shane McDonald in charge. And it's been fast and furious. Flanagan comfortably. Bruns, who was excellent in the first half, stare it over the top of it.
Isn't it so important for the player at the bottom there, which I think on this occasion was Jeffrey, not to let the ball go, even though it was going to be bounced, not to let Geelong get the tap out.
Jeffrey did that well. Poor bounce. Coghlan has to go with Gary Hocking. Rice, smothered by Flanagan, very good. Brownless attacks the goal front with a magnificent kick. It's gone through. What about that? 10-4 to 9-9. The Cats a point in front.
Well, there's no mistaking a Billy Brownless kick. They go 50 metres plus on, what, 85 or 90% of the occasions that he gets the opportunity to thump it forward. And I feel that he summed that up reasonably well. He had a bit of a look, could see that he wasn't a great distance out, and with a big thumping kick, set it up with the breeze, and a little bit of shepherding in the goal square enabled the ball to bounce through. And Geelong kicking accurately, 10-4, St Kilda 9-9, the lead with Geelong. 19.5 minutes left, goal for goal at the early part of the third quarter. Gary Hocking kicks it, Geelong back into attack, up towards full forward. Exel, Scott, he's kicked it, he's still kicked it, and he's kicked it with his knee. So Scott, unfortunately, the ball just would not run for him to give him the chance to kick it with the lower part of his foot, and Laurie will kick in from a Geelong behind, more or less straight up the ground. No mark taken. Pekin tackled by Ablett. You don't get away from a Gary Ablett tackle. Flanagan somehow gets around onto the right foot, kicks it up towards the goals. A push out, a holding job on Exel, is it? Free kick to Geelong.
Gee, Laurie was stiff there. There was a bit of byplay beforehand with Exel and Laurie, and Exel able to wrap himself around Laurie, and I reckon he's fortunate there, Ian.
Well, again, I don't like to be too critical, but the umpire, in my opinion, was right on that 50-metre line, and the kick is going to come from about 20 metres from goal. So from 30 metres away, where there's two players jostling for position, one bloke if I know, there's plenty of times in a game of football when that happens, and really it's going to cost St Kilda a goal. Exel's kick 3. Usually fairly reliable is Gavin Exel. Nice looking left foot kick, and it's straight through the centre. So the percentage is certainly there with Exel. He's had 4 chances and he's kicked 4 goals. 11-5, plays 9-9. St Kilda did get to the front. Geelong have bounced back with 2 quick goals in answer.
Flanagan's been important in the first part of this second half. He's won some good balls there.
He's hard to get over, Bruce, isn't he? I mean, he's such a big guy, and certainly when you pit Harding up against him in centimetres, it's a big job for Paul Harding to have some effect with the ruck contests at the bounces.
71 to 63. So Geelong has bounced back with 2 quick goals after the Saints had kicked 3 in 4 minutes. Sterrett punches it on. Hamilton. Quick handball. Scott, who's been very effective. Round his body. Gary Hocking uses his body against Burke.
Oh, tit for tat on the last one, I would reckon.
I agree with you. The evener upper, but not so good for the Saints because it's at half back. Drop punt. Coughlin in the front. Bruns took off. Lindner. Nixon. Some bad ball handling mistakes. A lot of pressure. Malakalis has been pretty quiet. Harvey's had a good match. Drop punt. Low. Oh, well marked. Sensational. Handball not so good. Misses Nixon and Devonport, but the mark was quite exciting. Sterrett. Maybe symbolising the Saints today. Bruns. Ablett very short. Calls Bruns over the top. Brownless tries a one-hander. Hinkley. Or free kick to Harding. Over the shoulder. And this tireless ruckman will take it from centre half back.
And Bruce, it's interesting that St Kilda haven't wasted any time. They've got the experienced defender in Grant back from the forward line to play on Exel at full back. The mark taken by Lindner. Handball is a little awkward for Bruns, but he's too nippy there for Lowe. Bruns kick. He's 17th towards half forward. Daniels will get clear. The hand pass is effective. Harvey gets it off to Burke. And the young Cubs, they've got a chance. Rice, who at one stage played football for the Cats. Rice's hand pass over the top to Nixon. Nixon approaches 50 metres. Kicks to the front of the square. Winmar, good play. Body in front where the forward should be. And Winmar, who has been conspicuous by his absence in this match so far, should kick the goal from 15 metres, and does. What a fantastic contest. We were looking forward to this before the game started, and I feel that the approximate crowd of 47,000 haven't been let down. It's been entertaining right from the start. Nicky Winmar kicks his first goal. Good body work in front of Stephen Hocking, and St Kilda bounce back hard. It's 69-71.
Well, the first half was exciting enough, but this is up a notch again. 10-9 to 11-5. A real test of strength now for these two teams who believe they're good enough to be there in September. Harvey, as the Saints go forward, and quick handball by Bowie to Coughlin. They're streaming forward. Coughlin with a short one to Winmar. Still Winmar. And another short one to the pocket. Harvey running for him. Winmar will want it back. Harvey snaps, and Lowe's there. Malakalis, Winmar swoops on him. Malakalis couldn't get it away. And yes, Nicky Winmar, we applaud you.
Oh, Bruce, that's what wins football matches. I'm sure that people watching those smaller things, he never ever gave up then. Great play. Boundary throw in, ball comes out towards Nixon. Oh, good contest. Fletcher and Nixon met hard, steer it over the top. Lindner's caught with the football. Play goes on. Devonport over the top, may have given a free kick away. No, the umpire decides on a bounce. Halfway through the third quarter, Geelong lead by 2 points. Their accuracy really has kept them in the game. Exel's kicked 4 straight, Hinkley 2 straight. Bounces at half forward for St Kilda. Fletcher over the top. Sterrett nicely. Right foot kick by that player to centre half forward. Good contest there, Burke. Back goes Arnold, but Brownless recovers quickly. Round to the right foot. Tries to do the balk. He's caught with the football. Hand pass away to Flanagan. Flanagan goes long from 50 metres. It's too far and too wide. And it's through for a behind for Geelong. They moved the ball pretty quickly and fairly directly. Grant Laurie to kick the ball back into play.
3 points in it. It's got drop punt. Frawley in the front spot. Sterrett comfortably. Cats slight advantage when Lowe's not near the ball overhead. Kick to centre half forward, and Arnold does it well. First season player, made his debut out at Windy Hill. Good kick to Harvey, whose courage was terrific, and then the handball excellent to Rice. And this is what he loves to do. Make some space and run. To centre half forward, Lindner back there with Nixon. Nixon did a good job. McNichol off the ground. Schultz with him. Still McNichol, high tackle. Play on call. Low. Drop punt. Not a bad kick. Oh, terrible kick, I should say. Not a bad one, an awful one.
I think you might have got those oars mixed up, or the cheers mixed up with oars there, Bruce.
Gee, Stuart, like McNichol did well again there. He's a great competitor with athleticism, and
there's been big raps on him.
Well, he's got some potential, no doubt about that. That's a dangerous kick by Morgan. Winmar's got him. Play on called, and the Cats get out of it. So Geelong with a drop punt. Ablett, Frawley against him. Scott, terrific pace, still Scott. Daniels runs with him all the way. A great contest. Hinkley, who's a real opportunist. The handball over the top. Pekin does very well against Hamilton. Laurie, Harding's with him. Laurie's handball, and Burke, and they're going to get out of it, the Saints.
Oh, terrific play by St Kilda there. The numbers were certainly against them, and they've cleared the ball to the outer wing when the Cats look very threatening. Centre wing, boundary throw in. 11-6 plays 10-9. Geelong lead by 3 points. Still Harding and Flanagan. And Harding does well, nearly got it down Robert Harvey's throat, but Harvey's able to recover and gets his left foot to the ball. Up towards half forward. Good mark taken in front of Devonport by Rogers for Geelong. Rogers has done pretty well in defence. The short kick is effective. It finds Malakalis. Good play, Bowie. Don't let that man run on under any circumstances. And he did it nicely. Malakalis now forced to kick high towards centre-half forward. The big men have got back there for St Kilda. Arnold's there for the Saints at centre-half back. But Fletcher's able to get the ball out. Somehow the sweeping hand pass goes to Bruns. Bruns runs right down towards centre-half forward and pumps it in towards full forward. And nearly a Geelong mark there to Hinkley. Grant's back there working hard. Laurie taps the ball to the advantage of Daniels. Daniels may allow it to go out. He's thrown off the football by Ablett. And the boundary umpire calls for a throw-in. It must have only been centimetres over the line.
Terrific contest here. 3 points in it. Harding's quick handball to Frawley. Good hands into Jeffrey. Poor kick. But safety first.
Bruce, I just wonder, sometimes you see the ball slewing off the side of the player's boots. Maybe that wind, which we mentioned early in the game, blowing straight across the field, is very awkward down at ground level.
Centre wing, Flanagan, Harding. Bruns, prolific kick getter. Lindner. Hocking to his brother. High left footer. Brownless and Arnold. Brownless punches it on. Ablett waits for it. Malakalis to the goal square. Exel. Hinkley. Scott's there if he wants him. Great tackle. Quick snap by Exel. Good kick but hits the post. Bad luck. Some excellent football there all round. Defence and attack by both sides. 10-9 to 11-7. 69 to 73. Well, Geelong withstood the attack early from St Kilda, and now it's really back to square one as Laurie's about to bring it back in.
Grant Laurie goes straight up the ground towards centre-half back. Nearly a Geelong mark to Ablett. Struggle, Ablett still there with Paul Harding, Danny Frawley. Umpire calls for a bounce. The play at centre-half forward for Geelong. They lead by 4 points, 73 to 69. Good play by Rice. Frawley, sweeping hand pass. Over the top, Nixon. Harvey catches Bruns, but Bruns just gets his foot with the ball. Out wide, Scott. Bearing down on him, Jeffrey. Scott, oh, he let the ball slip. Good play, Nixon. And Scott stayed in the contest. Jeffrey, a good shepherd. Opportunity for Pekin. Around his body, a little further away from the Geelong goal. And the safety for St Kilda. So that wasn't such a bad effort there by Tim Pekin. Boundary throw in. It's between wing and half forward. 2 kicks from the Geelong goal. Flanagan kept out of it by Harding. Over the top. The punch away by Rogers. Gary Hocking. Scott. Bowie gets back there, collects the ball and gives the hand pass away. Harding's not in the contest. Strong play from McNichol, was it? Good play there by McNichol. Ball goes back to the centre where Morgan. Good left foot kick. Penetration. A tremendous punch by Laurie. Wide. Rice and Hinkley. Rice desperate. Hinkley goes back. Rice's kick is high. Finishes with Arnold. Arnold now forced to kick with the right foot, which is his unnatural kick, but it's effective and it finds Coghlan. He's between wing and half forward. The Saints are a chance. Coughlin's kick to centre half forward. St Kilda mark, Devonport. Too far out to score maybe. Geez, kick 5. What a game he's played. Going to have a ping at them. Winmar flies. Russell. Under pressure, Geelong forward line. Bowie holds the ball in and flips it out with the left. Rogers will be run down, but he gets the hand pass away. Stephen Hocking clears for Geelong. Out wide to the wing where Brownless takes the mark.
So from one end to the other at high speed. Second bounce for Brownless. Third. Drop punt towards full forward. Exel. Goal coming up to Hamilton. 12-7 to 10-9.
Well, opportunism is the word there for Shane Hamilton. Certainly Geelong getting clear of the full back line. Perhaps Winmar's high-flying attempt when he fell on the ground after trying to mark it, and it is critical. You must keep your footing. Geelong get clear from the back line, get the ball to Brownless, and the opportunism of Shane Hamilton, he kicks his second goal, and Geelong have got some breathing space. They lead by 10 points. Geelong 12-7, St Kilda 10-9, 8 minutes left in the term. St Kilda will get out of it. Pekin, left foot kick towards centre half forward. Geelong mark taken by Morgan. Takes the opportunity to run with the football and kick it back towards half forward. Brownless punched away. Rice, good tackle, Brownless. Ball comes through the legs to Harding. Brownless chasing. Looks tired. Ball high. Bowie takes the mark.
Quick kick to half forward. Lindner the only one there, really. And he takes it comfortably in the end. He's got a couple of cats in the centre. Gary Hocking's one of them. Hocking with some space, wide. Ablett on a long lead. Jeffrey. Burke. Coughlin. Burke again. Short. Daniels. Harvey with a chance. If Daniels can get it, Bowie's wide. Too slow.
He'll have to go long now, I think.
Tries to squeeze one in. Coughlin wasn't even looking, but did all right to try and get the footy, and free kick to Coughlin.
Hey Bruce, what a terrific example of never take your eye off the ball. Frankie Coughlin running back, obviously thinking that the player was going to go long, and the kick hit him in the back.
So Coughlin from 50 metres, drop punt, Lowe's there, so's Russell Winmar, wants a free kick, dive, didn't get it, and it'll be a ball up. Well, they want one here, the Saints.
I was going to say, that's an interesting one, when you dive and don't get the...
Russell Winmar wants a free kick, dive, didn't get it, and it'll be a ball up. Well, they want one here, the Saints.
I was going to say, that's an interesting one. When you dive and don't get the free kick for in the back, it should be against you for holding the ball.
Low, Shaw's low, also feints for a free kick. Lindner's high one, Fletcher and Rice, and good contest there with a throw-in. Rice has lifted, hasn't he?
That was good play there, because he was 5 or 6 metres away from Fletcher, and he certainly did well to gain the ground and force the ball over for a boundary throw-in.
Winmar just hurting himself a bit with a couple of those high flies in this third term.
Half forward flank for St Kilda. They need to get a goal. Pekin over the top. Devonport punches it on. Lindner there, around the neck. Just slipped his head nicely. The tackle was around the shoulder, and then it slipped over the neck. The kick in towards the centre. Oh, it's a difficult one there for Geelong, because St Kilda take possession there, and they're only 1.5 kicks from goal. A bit risky. Robert Scott doing well for the Cats. Arnold wide. Bowie. McNichol. Oh, look at that confidence, if you don't mind, by Dermot McNichol. Goes to Harvey. He's caught. 4-on-1. Geelong had to come away with it. It's Bruns up towards the centre, and the mark is taken by Brownless. Brownless could bomb away. He kicks it long. Ablett wide. Frawley back there. Under pressure. Harding gets back like a good ruckman to give the key defenders a bit of a help out, and he hurries the ball over for a boundary throw-in. It's left half forward for Geelong.
Gary Ablett, no goals today. 8 kicks, couple of marks. Been really shut out by Danny Frawley. Flanagan and Harding. Tapped on by Coughlin. Pekin. Bowie. Arnold. Handball over the top to Bowie. Morgan onto him, and does well. Pekin. Free kick coming back to Bowie, but Morgan's effort was enough to stop the flow. Geelong fans don't like it. Bowie with a short one, and there's a chance here. Arnold's been able to run up away from Brownless. High drop punt, front of the square, falling over Devonport, and Rogers takes the mark. 4 marks to Rogers, short. Malakalis at centre half back.
Malakalis plays on quickly, gives the hand pass to Stephen Hocking. Long to half forward. Hamilton. Jeffrey a little late. Nixon back. Sweeping hand pass to Frawley. Frawley kicks wide. Rice won't sit for that player. And it goes over, much to the disappointment of Dean Rice. He had 5 or 6 metres advantage on Fletcher. 10 points, Geelong's lead. Into time on in the third quarter. Harding and Flanagan once again. Flanagan gets the tap out beautifully to Malacallis. Malacallis is kicked towards centre half forward. Ablett at the back, Frawley in front. Dean Rice goes back with Gary Hocking. Handball's out wide and goes after it again. Great play by young Burke. Did he keep the ball in? He did. The kick goes back into the centre. Oh, there's courage. Rice back there, and he takes the mark. No one to kick it to? Yes, there is. Further afield, Harvey pushed off it. Bruns. Left foot kick by that player. Close to the line. Rice held around the neck. Has he kept it in? No, he hasn't. And a boundary throw-in will take place on centre wing on the outer side. So the sun disappearing. The shades of the grandstand here at VFL Park. Coughlin over the top. One wonders whether that's percentage play. Jeffries gets it from... Now it's Arnold. Arnold at half forward. Good play. Little chip right foot kick, a little too far for Coughlin. And have a look at this. Rebound footy. Schultz goes long. Back in towards the centre. Nearly the mark to Jeffrey. Harding. Handball comes from Hamilton wide to Lindner. Lindner with plenty of time to steady. Left foot kick is deliberate. Brownless can't mark. Recovery there is by Ablett. Left foot shot by Ablett. Still favouring his leg. What a magnificent kick. He just misses to the left. Gary Ablett still goalless in that Geelong scoreline of 12-8. Geelong lead by 11 points.
David Grant. Drop punt, looking for Harding. Flanagan at the back, and just too tall for him there. That was the difference. Extra centimetres, and then bangs it back with an awkward one. Exel running underneath it. Hinkley, and it'll be a throw in.
Could prove vital in the last quarter, the extra height advantage of Darren Flanagan against Harding. You have to keep jumping all day long. You have to get tired, surely.
Well, he was beaten last week by wind of Footscray, but did some good things late in the game when Geelong needed it. And we know how well he played in that grand final, in that steaming finish. Scott, the ball didn't bounce. Flanagan off the ground. Just missing. Well, that would have been cruel. It was good play, but it would have been a hard pill to swallow for St Kilda at this stage. 2 goals in it. The Saints were 13 points down at half-time. They've worked very hard, and yet they've only managed to draw 1 point closer. Handball on by Pekin. He's the leading handballer in the competition. Bruns, who's been a big kick-getter. Hinkley. Well, he had the run of it. Hocking and Burke were flat-footed. Laurie was caught out, and Hinkley charged at it and took the mark on his chest at the second attempt. Normally a very good kick. Drop punt, and another beauty. So Hinkley kicks his third, and it's 3-goal margin now, 13-9 to 10-9.
Well, it's amazing, really, isn't it? St Kilda looked good in the first half of the quarter, but Geelong were able to answer them. Saints got away to a terrific start at the beginning of the quarter, but Geelong seemed to have the answers. I guess it's the steadiness, the extra height. Flanagan in the ruck, Brownless at centre half forward. Rogers playing at half back. Schultz down there as well, and Bruns, a great leader right in the centre of the ground. Just half a minute left in the third term. St Kilda have fallen behind on the scoreboard. Geelong still a chance. Flanagan may go long. The drop punt kick direct towards goal, and it's touched right on the line. Through for Geelong's 10th behind. 13-10 plays 10-9. Grant Laurie. And if he kicks this long enough, maybe there'll be no addition to the score. Outside 50 metres, still in Geelong scoring area, Gary Hocking. This man could kick a goal. Gary Ablett, mercurial. Left foot shot is a beauty. St Kilda really didn't need that. Right on the siren, Gary Ablett kicks his first goal, Geelong's 14th. And it...
Umpire Dennis Rich to commence the final term with St Kilda trailing 10-9 to 14-10 and kicking to the right. Harding wins the first tap. Bruns, who's been the big kick getter today. Coughlin. Arnold to Bowie, and he can attack the goal with a high drop punt. Winmar will take a fly, gets himself in the front position. Russell does a good job and forces it through. Well, Ian, all day we have thought that the right-hand side was the scoring end. Geelong had 11 shots to 4 in the third term. This game is far from over. If the Saints can kick a couple of quick ones, then a big finish will ensure.
Yes, very important, the early minutes, I would think. Russell goes to the outer side, well outside 50 metres. Bowie, his second possession within half a minute. He's kicked to the square. Winmar can't mark. Russell slips the tackle. Winmar well shepherded there by Rogers. Kick by Russell, goes in towards the centre. At the back, gathered by Gotch. Sweeping hand pass, Harding. St Kilda attacking. Up towards full forward, there's a good mark. Lowe. And he did very well there, Stuart Lowe, taking the mark. But secondly, I just felt for one fleeting second as though he thought he should play on. Or maybe give the hand pass to the
Harvey,
St Kilda player in the goal square. But Stephen Hocking was ready to swoop on him. Now this goal, if Stuart Lowe can kick it, it's only 3 goals of difference, but more importantly, I think it can give the Saints some momentum in the early part of this quarter. Stuart Lowe kicking for goal number 4. Oh, it's a shocker. 3 goals to Stuart Lowe. St Kilda 10-11, Geelong 14-10. A good test for Geelong's character to hold up. Certainly the ball going longer distances to the end to which St Kilda are kicking in this last term.
Dwayne Russell, who's had another serviceable game today. He's very good last week. Front spot Devonport, or no, correction, Rice. 5th mark. He's had a good game after a slow, fumbly start. Winmar on a lead, Low in the goal square. He's taking his time. Going to try a torpedo punt. Not a good kick. Harvey and Hocking. Lindner gets around Arnold. Then thumps it back to centre half back. Oh, Brownless, a superb mark. Too tall for Nixon. They switched Arnold and Nixon in the third quarter. And Ricky Nixon giving away a lot of height to Bill Brownless, who's been a big player today for Geelong with 9 marks. Steer it underneath it with Jeffrey, and was that a one-hander to steer it, not paid. Gotch tries to weave his way through with Harding. Scott over the top of it, and it'll be a ball up in the centre square. Geelong just in attack. Dennis Rich and Shane McDonald, the umpires for today's big game at Waverley.
Flanagan at the back gets the tap towards Gary Hocking. He's still got the football. Tackled by Coughlin. Umpire calls for another bounce. Very tight now, the first 10 or 12 minutes of this term. St Kilda cannot afford to allow Geelong to get another goal. Gary Hocking, long hand pass. Rice over the top. Nixon should go direct. He's had one bounce, a second bounce. He's got a chance now. The long kick into the pocket. The lead is from Winmar. And what a beautiful kick from Nixon. Winmar, well, he's 50 metres from goal, but we've mentioned a couple of times already in this quarter that the breeze could be slightly at Winmar's back. Drop punt kick is good, right on the goal line. It's hit the post, helped into the post by the players contesting the mark. So it's another behind to St Kilda. 10-12 to 14-10. They desperately need to score a goal.
Lindner to Gary Hocking. Good kick and a strong mark. Hocking from half back. Quiet day for him, but 9 handballs, 6 kicks. Centre wing, Pekin in the front spot, Brownless at the back. And again a throw in. So St Kilda, as they've done in each of the terms, showing out early, but they haven't really been able to make an inroad into Geelong in this final term. Harding and Flanagan, Gary Hocking, 10th handball, Lindner, misses Bruns. Probably the weakness in Lindner's game. I said he can miss the body so often. Bowie, Rice, who loves to run and does. The handball's brilliant. Harvey, drop punt. Oh, good play.
That's what they needed, Bruce.
Magnificent bit of football by Rice.
That's what they needed. Something like that is just inspirational stuff. It brings the hairs on the back of your neck, stands them up on their end, and all those St Kilda players now should get a bit of a lift. Surely, it's vital that they get the ball out of the centre at this ruck contest and make every contest as tough as they can. Certainly at the centre, don't let Geelong get away from this centre bounce. Geelong 16 points in front. St Kilda get clear again. The kick to half forward. Kukamelis a little slow. Morgan a lot quicker. Kukamelis goes and does the tackle. Morgan's hand pass as it kept the ball in. Devonport back over the top. No one home. Rogers. Good tackle by Kukamelis. And he keeps the ball in St Kilda's forward half. Big job for the Saints. Equally as big a task for Geelong, defending a 16-point advantage, and we've got plenty of time left in this last quarter.
Harding, Flanagan, Coughlin, as he's done so often today. Harding, but Lindner was able to rob him. Thumping drop punt. Ablett. Frawley did well. Hamilton. Grant and Exel wrestling one another. Oh, Frawley magnificently done. He chased it back with Ablett. And now calls for a trainer. He's hurt himself.
I'd suggest he's probably got a loose kick in the groin there, nothing intentional, but the contest was a tough one. He's never shirked an issue in his career in the competition.
Flanagan and Harding. Daniels over the back. Players everywhere at the moment. Smothered well by Hinkley. Exel off the ground. Is it a goal? Noah behind. Just touched off the boot. 11-12, 14-11. And Frawley back on his feet.
And amazing. One number down in defence and all of a sudden anything can happen.
Absolutely important that he's fit. And if he's not, somebody who is on Ablett in a hurry.
Grant goes straight up the ground. Oh, Brownless. Paid the mark. Big jump. Sure hands. And it could be the big difference. Brownless and Flanagan, the two talls for Geelong. And St Kilda really relying on fellows much shorter. Kick. Oh, terrific stuff. I take my hat off to you, Danny Frawley. Recovered with strength, gets the hand pass off to Daniels. St Kilda a chance. Daniels short kick, marked by Arnold. No one running into space, so Arnold's going to be forced to kick high towards centre half forward. Lowe's at the back. Oh, he interferes with Bruns. Play goes on because Geelong were always going to take possession. Schultz's high kick. Getting back Harvey. Oh, good play, Jeffrey. Harding under pressure. Good play by Paul Harding. Gets the hand pass off to Harvey, who was always running nicely. The kick wide. It's running to Pekin. He gathers the ball. Can Pekin goal? Oh, a poor kick by Tim Pekin. He really did have a good look. He put the ball in a position to try and twist it to the left across his foot. It slewed off the other side and out of bounds on the full. And there's Neville Bruns. A heavy clash back in the centre. Free kick to be taken by Russell.
78-95. Coughlin underneath it. Bruns recovers just like Frawley did. Fletcher sweeping handball to Schultz. Bad bounce. Recovers in a hurry to Hocking. To Fletcher. Brownless. Arnold pushes him and gives away a free kick. And Scott takes advantage. Ablett. Oh, it was down his throat. Ablett goes short. Exel on the lead. Well, brilliantly done by Grant. Hocking's there, but Burke was good. Frawley to Grant. Scott's got him. Exel Sterrett caught by Pekin, drops it, no free kick.
They swallowed the whistle, the umpire.
Well, Sterrett has it. The tackle's on and you drop it under pressure and you don't give it away. Awful decision, 95 to 78. But exciting footy there.
Terrific confidence shown by St Kilda on their full back line to give hand passes away to players streaming down the ground. A little unfortunate not to get away. Now Robert Harvey, dispossessed by Hinkley. Hinkley still has the ball. Now Scott surely could kick a goal. Hits the post. Unbelievable stuff. Well, I had my pin in the goal line there. Robert Scott. Missing from only 12 metres out. David Grant, again, pushed back to the key defence post because Exel were kicking too many goals. The mark taken by Harding. He plays on. Oh, backs himself. The hand pass, a little short for Daniels. Bumped off the ball by Brownless. Umpiring decisions will come into question here. Brownless is caught with the footy. Could be penalised. No, he's not. It's too high. Whoa! Keep your mouth closed, Ian. 2 or 3 times there. Easily a free kick could have been given, and eventually it'll go to Brownless. And if he kicks a goal, it just could be curtains for the Saints. Billy Brownless from 45 metres. Lovely long kick. And he just misses to the left.
I think Harding was called to play on from the umpire.
Interesting one, maybe.
I think he must have been in the end. I think the fear in his eyes said it all. Grant, Pekin and Brownless. Oh, he's too good. He's taken this game and really made it his in the last few minutes.
Don't know why they kick it to him. Maybe there's some sort of a plan, but the man's too tall and his hands are too good. They've got to kick it away from him.
And away from Flanagan. It's a bit tough in when you've got one on one side, one on the other. Frawley and Ablett. Ablett interferes. Frawley's free kick. Took off early, Ablett. And Frawley's won the battle today, even though Ablett's had many more kicks. Daniels. They're trying to break it up a bit, the Saints. Drop punt to centre wing. Jeffrey at the back. Rice, good tackle. And the tackling has been excellent all day. And again, it'll be a ball up. 11, 12, 14, 13, 97 to 78. A lot of time left. Goals have been tough in this final term. Just the one scored. Bruns. Pekin misses it. Rogers with the chance. He can get it to Brownless. They're in with a hope here. Nixon did very well. Brownless and also Arnold there. And again, it'll be a ball up. So Geelong attacking, leading by 19 points.
Brownless 11 marks, 14 kicks and 6 hand passes. And those 11 marks have been terrific. Jostling Harding. Devonport can't get his foot to the ball. Could nearly have been penalised. Change coming for St Kilda. McNichol on for Arnold. Bounce to take place at half forward for Geelong. We've got just under 14 minutes left. Flanagan and Harding. Harding puts himself in front. Now the advantage goes with St Kilda. It's Burke breaking out of that back pocket. Kicks it wide. Lowe should mark in front of Schultz, and he does. Round onto the right foot he goes. Kicks it high. What a good pass for the forward. Out comes Harvey. Harvey finds space. Brilliant play. Harvey shot for goal might bounce through. It does. Second goal to Robert Harvey. And will the Saints come marching in? 12-12 to 14-13. Great play there by Harvey to kick his second goal. Somehow with a couple of little balks and twists and turns, he got some space, threw the ball onto his right foot, and it bounced through.
Just 13 points in it. 12-12, 14-13. The Saints making a run. Flanagan with a big thump. Gary Hocking swoops on it brilliantly. Was going to handball, then attacks the goal with a high drop punt. Excellent Grant back there, and it's out of bounds on the fall. So St Kilda kick. Grant quickly to Burke. Burke's handball over the top. Gotch sells a dummy on Hamilton, then falls over. Hamilton with him. Wants a free kick. Gotch doesn't get it. Scott. Oh, great tackle. Jeffrey. Smothered off the boot. Flanagan. It's desperation plus. And finally, Dennis Rich says, I'll have it. And it'll be a ball up.
Terrific stuff, Bruce.
It is exciting. It's been a wonderful game. Flanagan and Harding. Scott caught by Pekin. They take it off him. Jeffrey tried to give a little one away. Hocking with strength gets a handball away. Burke. Missed by Bowie. Chance by Hinkley. Scott with a left footer. Geelong with a chance. Brownless. Caught by Daniels to Hinkley. Left foot snap. Good kick. Is that it? 15-13 to 12-12. And Hinkley's got his fourth.
Well, I suppose you have to give credit where credit's due. Geelong never gave up across their half-forward line. Scott tackled. There were some terrific tackles in a passage of play before the last bounce. And eventually, I guess you could blame a couple of very ordinary fumbles by 2 or 3 St Kilda players, and then Geelong capitalised. Hinkley's snapshot, a good one. Back to 19 points. Geelong hanging on. Fletcher kicks it around the corner. Gotch takes the mark, defensive side of centre. Straight down the ground goes Bradley Gotch. St Kilda need to take a mark. Winmar's pushed out of it. No free kick given. Umpire in a good position to make that decision. Russell kicks the ball back to centre wing on this member's side. Running onto it, Bruns. Beautifully read, Neville Bruns. The pass is a ripper. Ablett from 45 metres. And Bruns in a tremendous game. 22 kicks and 9 hand passes and 4 marks. Gary Ablett's solitary goal so far coming right on the 3/4 time siren. He pumps away with the right foot. Too long and too wide. Free kick to St Kilda to be taken by Grant.
So still the Saints with some hope. They've got to kick 3 and a bit goals. Flanagan and Harding. Sterrett. Cats swarming forward. Long drop punt. Jeffrey and Exel. Exel almost. Frawley concedes. Under pressure. So Geelong up to 15-14 to 12-12. 104 to 84. Grant to bang it back in for St Kilda. They've got to keep it away from Brownless and Flanagan. Their height's been a problem all day. Drop punt, Flanagan. Lindner does very well. Brownless can scoop it up. And drop punt is a magnificent kick. And they're home now. Brownless has hammered it home. His second. And 16-14 to 12-12. And Ian Robertson, Brucey Lindner did a great job there.
Well, I just noticed Brownless run back to acknowledge Lindner's big punch. This is amazing. You said when Grant kicked it in to avoid Brownless and Flanagan, and what happens? Brownless takes the crumbs. Well, I guess that means that the skill level and the perseverance of Geelong is going to come out on top. They lead by 26 points. Harding gets the ball towards Coughlin. Too slow. Good tackle by 2 players, Bruns and Hocking. St Kilda go towards half forward. It comes through. Opportunity now for the Saints. Winmar could be tackled. Gets his kick away and kicks the goal. St Kilda won't lie down. Winmar gets his second. And it's back to 20 points. Well, if you're a betting man, Bruce, would you have a lash at St Kilda? Or would you feel safer with the Cats?
You'd want 5-2 to, or at least probably 7-2 the Saints. It's
You've
a
got
good
a
lead.
frown on your forehead there. I don't think you're too keen.
It's a good lead.
We'll keep our money in our pocket.
13-12 to 16-14. Still high excitement. Cooker, Millis off. Arnold on for St Kilda. 90 to 110. If the Saints can get a very quick one, then we've still got a game. Lindner, who's been mercurial again today. Scott, who's been fast and busy. A little one. Sterrett and Pekin. Pekin holds his ground. Sterrett with some strength and momentum. The handball to Bruns, who's been a big star. Devonport's been very good as well. Handball out's good. Morgan on his right side. The left foot misses a behind. 16, 15, 13, 12. Well, they're two good teams of footy out there, two good football teams out there, and they've provided us with high excitement all day. 111 to 90.
21 points. Now St Kilda need 4 goals to wrest the lead away. So it's a tall order. Grant, Nixon, Bowie handballs it to himself and goes on with it. St Kilda really trying hard. Bowie's kicked to half forward. It'll go through the lot. Winmar taps it over. Harvey gets past Stephen Hocking. He'll kick another goal, Robert Harvey. And he does. Robert Harvey gets his third. And I might just take a slice of the 7-2, Bruce.
Well, they won't give in.
Oh, it's amazing, isn't it?
It's a great game. Winmar very clever there, and Harvey, who's got terrific speed, was able to get around 3 Geelong opponents, find some space for himself, steady up, and you wouldn't believe he's just 18 years of age as he pops through his third, and still the Saints are in it with a chance. 111 to 96, 16, 15 to 14, 12. Well, I had them dead and buried 5 minutes ago, and they've come back with 2 goals, St Kilda. They've got to get the next, and then the one after that, but who's to say they won't? They've been so courageous all day.
Fair decision then, I thought.
Bowie from just backward of centre. Well, Geelong, Ian Robertson was in a similar position against Sydney 3 weeks ago. Low at the front, Gotch, still Gotch, good handball. Harvey, will he kick another one? The right foot is a good one. It is a magnificent kick. Well, what about that? 15-12 to 16-15. Just 18 years of age. And he might have turned it around. 111 to 102. And would Malcolm Blight be thinking of the Sydney Cricket Ground all over again?
Well, it certainly would come into his mind, I'm sure. But you can have nothing but admiration for St Kilda. You mentioned earlier that they look dead and buried. There's 47,500 fans here. I reckon there's 28 to 30,000 St Kilda supporters, and they are going berserk. Geelong by 9 points. Very important centre bounce again. Pekin goes back and will get the football out. Only just. Devonport. Left foot kick to half forward. Winmar. He could kick the goal from here. He's gone with the long one. It's going the distance. It's offline. Winmar, 2 goals, 2. Well, if St Kilda don't do anything this year, with a bit of intelligent recruiting and improvement from their youngsters, they'll be a threat next year. Kick in is marked by Denham. And all of a sudden, Geelong used their interchange players. Denham has sat there for 3.5 quarters. The kick to a vacant wing. Sterrett at the back, being held out of it. A free kick. And it's going to Brownless against Nixon. A critical free kick. We've got just under 7 minutes left. Brownless's long kick covers 45 to 50 metres up towards half forward. At the back, Hinkley. Handball over the top, Fletcher. Goes back to Hinkley, inside 50. Hinkley goes for goal, and he has missed. Woof. I don't know about you, Bruce, but I'm getting a little excited.
Well, it's fantastic football, Ian. It's all the things we love about the game. And you just would not get it more exciting than this. Rice's tackle was excellent. Play on called. Fletcher able to get it out, but not far enough. Jeffrey. Tackle by Denham was good with fresh legs. Sterrett sits on it for a minute. Then Nixon gets him, and Sterrett puts it out of bounds.
They need to kick a goal. Well, there's 6 minutes left. I guess depending on the way the ball flows down the ground and how fluently it goes, I suppose they could see 3 or 4 more goals kicked in the match.
But you really would think that the Saints have got to get the next one. And within a couple of minutes to really put the pressure on. Jeffrey ducks and gets away with it. And then with a high one. Bruns underneath it. Oh, courage. Nobody near him, but he must have heard something coming. Bruns, who's had 23 kicks and 9 handballs, playing his 198th game. Brownless. Harding able to chip in. Denham. Now Hamilton. Little one. Burke. And away he goes. Daniels with run. Into the centre. Oh, Lindner does it well. Daniels might have done better there. Bruns with his 24th kick to centre half forward. And a free kick down the ground.
Yeah, stumped after he kicked it, and the player's going to be reported.
Craig Devonport. So Flanagan. Long way out. Awkward looking kick. Bad bounce. Hinkley. Good tackle by Daniels. Hocking. Still Hocking. No free kick. Ablett tries to get it out to Scott. And it'll be a ball up. So repeating Devonport reported. And Geelong in attack. And they lead by 9 points.
Just under 5 minutes left. Very important now that St Kilda get the ball out of the Geelong full forward area. Flanagan standing tall. Denham can't get it away. Attempted kick off the ground by Coughlin, and the umpire will be forced to bounce once again. It's about 30 to 35 metres out from the Geelong goal. They hang on ever so grimly. 9 points in front. Harding and Flanagan. Scott over to Hamilton. He's caught. Here's a chance for Hungerford. He can't get his foot to the ball. Fresh man. Still can't. Great play, St Kilda. They still might get out of it. Pekin. A sweeping hand pass to Frawley. Have they got any run left in their legs? Frawley kicks it long towards half forward. Stewart Lowe. Can't mark. 3 Geelong players get back. And is it a free kick? It has to be a free kick. He didn't mark it, surely. Lowe runs on. Kicks the ball to within goal scoring distance. Devonport can't mark. Free kick. And it's going to Geelong against Winmar. It'll go to Russell. Oh, a bit of questionable stuff there. Russell not happy. Bruns and Devonport, who were in that altercation just a few minutes ago. The free kick goes back to Russell.
Russell from centre half back. Not a lot of percentage in what Winmar tried there. He was going to have to take the mark of his life or give away a free kick. Harding, well, what a great mark that one.
Oh, for a man that's been jumping all day, it was terrific, Bruce.
Back to Nixon, and still the Saints go forward. Lowe, Schulz, and also Lindner. Hocking misses it. Could have given away a free kick. Devonport, Bowie, ducks his head and gets one. Well, the Saints are in with a chance now. They trail by 9 points, and Bowie from the 50-metre square.
I just wonder whether he's got the ability to kick this distance, Brett Bowie. He gets under the ball a lot.
It's got to be his best. Well, he's kicked it and kicked it long, but it's not straight. No trouble with the distance. And it's 15-14 to 16-16. 8 points in it. Less than 3 minutes. Still a tantalising situation with Geelong hanging on grimly. And St Kilda continuing to press forward.
Russell will need to kick this long, and he does. Well outside 50 metres. Up over the top, Brownless. And the 2 big talls for Geelong, Brownless and Flanagan. They were both in that contest, but Billy Brownless taking the mark. He's 12th. He'll kick it long, well out of the danger zone for Geelong. Nixon can't mark. Ball comes to ground. Pekin. Was it Pekin or Gotch? Gotch it may have been. He's kicked it out of bounds on the full, and the free kick to be taken for Geelong back there. It could be Fletcher. Well, maybe Geelong are safe. St Kilda need 2 goals. We've got just over 2 minutes left. Fletcher will kick it now. 3 kicks away from the St Kilda goal. Jeffrey nearly had it. Hamilton. Scott. Burke pushed off it by Gary Hocking, and the ball goes over for a boundary throw-in. And Geelong have just edged it into their forward half. It's between wing and half forward for the Cats. They lead by 8 points. Flanagan and Harding. Gotch over the top. Harvey caught with the ball. Bowie, a chance. So is Coghlan. He's still going for it, Frankie Coghlan. A kick off the ground, goes back in towards the centre, and Nixon could be awarded a free kick. He will, just wide of the centre.
Nixon from centre wing. Drop punt, centre half forward. Lowe from a long way back and takes it. Well, Stuart Lowe is going to move it quickly. He didn't mark the spot. High drop punt, towering kick. Just offline, free kick to Geelong. Against Gotch, interfering with Brownless before the ball got there.
Interesting that Brownless is back there too, Bruce.
Well, Malcolm Blight's put his strength where the footy is at the moment. He's probably the best man on the ground, Brownless. A thumping kick, looks for Flanagan. Arnold, good bump by Rogers, still Arnold. And it'll be a throw-in. So less than a minute remaining. 16-16 to 15-14. And surely the Saints can't kick 2 goals in 50 seconds under this pressure. Schultz at the back. Quick kick by Pekin. Brownless and Winmar. Almost Winmar. Gotch. Brilliantly done by Russell. Still Winmar. Lindner. Desperation. The tackle good. Bowie and Hocking. Bowie still with it. Through his legs. And a throw in and some desperate things done.
Very critical that Dwayne Russell held the ball in there at one stage. St Kilda through Gotch, nearly got clear. Lowe over the top, Schultz. Lowe with the football at the bottom of the pack. Rogers ridden into the ground, and Rogers should take the free kick. And that could be the last decision that the umpires will have to make. Now the seconds ticking away. And the free kick taken by Andrew Rogers. His performance in the back line for Geelong has been quite good. 10 kicks and 11 hand passes. He's going long. Now it's 2 kicks away from the St Kilda goal. Rice over the top, couldn't mark. Jeffrey leaves it, now gives it out to Nixon. Low there, good contest by Hamilton. Flips it out the back, and Geelong win. A great game.